As winter approaches, Occupy Wall Street protesters are hunkering down to combat the chill. BTV News reporter Yasmin Hazal shows you how protesters are keeping warm.
At the Comfort Zone in the center of Zuccotti Park, crowds of people line up to receive donated clothing to keep them warm. With a workforce of only 20 volunteers, the Comfort Zone is helping hundreds of people each day. Volunteers' advice for everyone is to wear a lot of layers.
Basically, we hand out like hand warmers, sleeping bags, blankets, coats and stuff. We give out tea.
All the food, clothes, and tents are donated by residents close to the park, as well as money donations through fundraising. Volunteers say that in a couple of weeks they will receive army tents that are space efficient and weatherproof. But some are getting creative by using their own means to avoid the cold.
I cut the hair off with a pair of scissors, and then I just cut the toes off. I'm in the, a couple inches back. And I says, it's pretty interesting. I could drum with it. I could move to touch things with it.
Just last week, protesters faced the fire department's removal of heaters and fuel tanks that were used to keep them warm. Some say that it is another ploy to get the protesters out of the park. But security volunteers say that it is just for the safety of the protesters.
If you have fuel stored here, and you have combustible material like these tarps, the large amounts of paper, and just the amount of people in here, the fire department has a right to take precautionary measures to protect the people.
In the upcoming weeks, Zuccotti Park will be transforming as protesters prepare for the upcoming cold. Protesters are dependent on donations in order to keep warm during the cold. Yasmin Hazal, BTV News at 7.
BTV is always reaching out to its community. Here are some events happening in your area.
Thank you for joining us for Bridges News on Bridges TV. City Dialogues is next.
You can also catch Viewpoints followed by Democracy Now! Have a good evening.